See, like to make each and every child as an all-rounder. If you see any media, print media or electronic media, if you see, simply they mention, they appreciate if the child is transforming as an all-rounder. And another thing is perfect in everything. Whatever the child is doing, the child should be perfect. Whether it is learning or learning academics or sports or whatever it may be for that matter, child should be perfect. Everyone expects like that. In psychology, we call this type of attitude to be perfect in each and everything, to become an all-rounder. It is almost impossible task. Please try to understand. I will give the reasons for that. All-rounder is not an easy task. It is the very toughest one. Right? Because we have very limited time, we have limited resources, limited nurturing, lot of issues are there. So, it is almost impossible to become a topper in each and every field. When the person is entering into various fields, it is almost impossible. So, if anyone is expecting like that, my child will be perfect. Plan the day in such a manner, kids will get, your children will get at least 8 or 9 hours of sleep. Scientific research says for adolescent children, it is required 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Approximately 8 hours of sleep is required for each and every individual. But because of work culture in our society, people push us like anything to achieve something, sacrifice sleep. That is not at all advisable. Our health is important. Physical health is important. Psychological health is important. For that, sleep is important. Don't sacrifice the sleep, either your sleep or your children's sleep. Next, I am giving 5 parenting principles. Please try what you can do as per your limitations. In that, the first principle is, please try to have goals. Goals are required. If there is no goal, there is no question of any achievement. Suppose the awareness meeting is having a goal, we have to start the meeting at so much time. Definitely there will be certain buffer time, but it helps us to manage the things like that. We can utilize our time and energy in an effective manner when there is a goal. So definitely there should be a goal for our child. Right? How the goal should be? High and realistic goal. High goal should be there. But it should be very realistic. Depending upon the child abilities, capabilities, we have to have the goals. Otherwise, there will be problems. High goal should be there, but the goal should be very realistic. And another thing is, as a parent, please try to appreciate your child as much as possible. One psychological principle is, when you find a bad behavior in the child, unless there is a risk, unless there are long-term implications, please ignore that behavior. If it is a risky behavior, if there are long-term implications, correct it immediately. If there is no much risk, if there are no much long-term implications, just ignore it. But when you see a small good behavior, even it is a tiny one, minute one, appreciate it. When we appreciate the good behavior, and if there is no risk, if we ignore the bad behavior, as per psychological research, what happens means gradually child develops the good behavior. Because everyone wants appreciation, please try to understand. That is one of the needs, psychological needs for any human being. If someone is appreciating us, we feel better, we feel good. If any doubts are there, I will address at the end.
There is one thing I would like to say. If we keep on appreciating a child, to an extent, appreciation is acceptable. Beyond the point, the child will get used to validation for everything.
I will address that. So, for each and every good thing, appreciation is required. Appreciate the good behavior. Unless there is a risk, ignore the bad behavior. try your best to implement this principle. Definitely the child becomes a better person. This is based on scientific research. I already told you nothing is my opinion in this session. Right? And when you want to ask the child to do something, give reasons for that. When you wanted your child to do something, give reasons for that. Why the child has to do so and so. If you want your child to go to sleep at 9 o'clock, why the child has to go to sleep at 9 o'clock? Give the reason for that. You have to give the reasons for that. Then they can do the behavior better. They can implement it in a better manner. And definitely when it comes to various components, different viewpoints will be there. Right from childhood, encourage your child to appreciate the other's viewpoint. Whatever may be the thing, small or big. The child has to learn appreciating others' viewpoint, whatever it may be. And if you have any rules and regulations, implement them very strictly. Unless we implement certain rules in a strict manner, there is no question of developing a good behavior. Please try to understand. If we see in our day-to-day world, in the physical world, we have certain rules and regulations. The countries on this globe, whatever may be the country, when they are implementing the rules in a strict manner, we can find a good discipline in that country. It may be related to traffic, it may be related to other behaviors. So, if any rules and regulations are there, that should be implemented in a strict manner. Right? So, these are the 5 rules given by scientific research. And it is always a need to improving the knowledge base. As a parent, how to behave with your child, with your son or daughter, how to monitor, how to do the parenting. There is a need to improve the knowledge in that one. The management is arranged this session for this particular purpose only, to increase the knowledge base of the parent from a scientific perspective. So, child development, certain ideas should be there, and when it comes to learning and memory, you have to understand certain things. When you want to help your child to learn better, definitely there is a need to have certain understanding how learning takes place in human beings, how memory works in human beings. When certain knowledge base you have, then only you can guide your child better. For that, there is no need of any regular curriculum, but this type of orientations definitely they will help you. So, whenever there is a orientation, such type of orientation, and please try to attend and also encourage other parents. And the last thing is, we may see certain things as very little, but little things matters a lot. Please try to understand. So, in the family, little things means it may be a combined eating. At least in the dinner time, all the family members should sit and eat, combined eating, that too mindful eating. Mindful eating means without connecting with any type of screen. Mindful eating, 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever may be the time, combined eating. It brings a lot of positive change in the children. Please try to understand. You can have better control on your child. There will be better child-parent communication if you do this one. And it may be watching TV. If you watch TV, it should happen combined manner. All the family members should sit and watch a particular program. That too in a mindful manner. Right? And it may be going for a walk, taking a walk. That also should happen in a combined manner. Okay? And another important thing is, please try to understand that in our day-to-day life we say all are equal. If all are equal, there is no question of working of biometric system in the offices. We see biometric attendance in offices. If each and every person is equal, all are equal, it is not at all possible. Similarly, if all are equal, there is no question of generating a Aadhaar card in India. Our thumb doesn't match. It is unique. It doesn't match with an individual in present generation, not only present generation, take any previous generation or future generation, there is no question of matching. Once for all, there is the beauty of creation. You can say it as God or nature. The beauty of creation is once created, once, that's all. So, each and every child is unique. All children are not equal. Please try to understand. Each and every child is unique. Definitely, there are individual differences. When it comes to academics, you have to understand one thing. When it comes to learning, when it comes to memory, when it comes to thinking, when it comes to various abilities, we can find individual differences. Right? And the most important component is intelligence. Definitely, intelligence influences the way of learning, the way of doing things. That is the core component. If we purchase a computer, if we purchase a smartphone, the processing capacity is very important. What is the RAM capacity? We see, depending upon the RAM capacity, there will be a rate for a laptop or personal computer. Similarly, inbuilt RAM we have inside. Natural RAM, processing machine, our mind is a processing machine. Intelligence is very important. But all are not equal in intelligence. At least 3 categories are there. Please try to understand. On this planet Earth, at least 3 categories are there. If you stand at a particular junction, if you pick randomly 100 members, the research says if we conduct an intelligence test, what happens means approximately 68 people will get average intelligence. Average. And 16 approximately above average, 16 below average. These are the statistics. So, our child may be in average category, in below average category, in above average category. Please try to understand that for certain things we have very limited control. When it comes to height, it is inbuilt. When we have taken shape as a small baby in our mother's womb, certain things are done. Our height is done. We are almost helpless. We may be in average category, below average category, and above average category when it comes to our height. When it comes to our facial features done, we are almost helpless. We can manage with makeup and all these things. And when it comes to our skin color done, just we can do little bit of changes to appear better. So certain things we have to accept. When it comes to intelligence, genetics role is dominating. Please try to understand. Still we can influence, but we can influence. We can improve to a certain extent. That is there. But beyond certain level, we can't increase intelligence, improve intelligence. If that is the case, there is no question of any special school on this world. We accept that point. That is why if a child is born with very low level of intelligence, we are accepting that point and we are giving special education for the child. Right? So certain things are not in our hands. Please try to understand. Next, when it comes to brain is a complex organ. In our brain, we have certain cells. The qualitative difference between other organ cells and brain cells is, for example, if you take a red blood cell, the major duty of the red blood cell is to take oxygen to different parts of the body. When it comes to liver cell, it converts ammonia to urea. And when it comes to brain cell, information processing, brain cell, it receives signals, it sends signals. That is the duty of a brain cell. Right? And whatever we do based on that, as per scientific research, we get certain changes in the brain. When we are learning a particular activity, it may bring certain change in the brain. For example, as per scientific research, if we take a violinist, a typist, who are using their fingers more, for example, the area, whatever may be controlling, 25% larger density we find in those people. A professional violinist, if we take certain change we find in the brain. Because of practice, it brings certain changes. Right? The beauty of our human brain is, it is very plastic. Plasticity we call it as. That is, if we want, we can bring certain changes in the brain. Right? It is possible. Next, let me give few inputs related to adolescence period. I hope as a parent, you face more challenges when your child comes into adolescence age. Adolescence means, please try to understand, right from 5th grade onwards, child is in adolescence age. As per World Health Organization studies, when the child enters into 10 years, the child is almost entered into adolescence. As per the advanced studies, 10 to 19 years is known as adolescence age. 10 to 19 years. Right? In that phase, this is the most crucial phase in the life.
Actually, you see, this has advanced because of the information. Now everything come on the mobiles now.
Yes.
All the information is available. So I think this has advanced now. Even lesser age also they are like.
Yes, that is also happening. So it is a phase of identity crisis. Please try to understand. The person is no more a child and also no more an adult. ఒక రకంగా బిహేవ్ చేస్తేనేమో ఇంకా చిన్నపిల్లలు అంటారు, ఇంకా చిన్నపిల్లలు ఆడుకుంటారు. సరే ఇట్లా అంటారు కదా అని భర్త రోజు ఇంకో రకంగా బిహేవ్ చేస్తే అప్పుడే పెద్దోడు అయిపోయింది. చైల్డ్ డోంట్ నో హౌ టు బిహేవ్. ముందు పోతే పోయి వెనుక పోతే నువ్వు అంటారు కదా. చైల్డ్ పర్సన్ వెరీ కాంప్లెక్స్ ఫేస్, వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్ ఫేస్ ఇట్ ఈస్. Right? So more moral support is required from parents and also from teachers when the child is in this age. So they are no longer kids but also not adults. It is a transition period. Right? So there will be a lot of changes in the adolescence, physical, emotional, hormonal changes, and they become more self-conscious. అందుకే if you observe, they focus more on their body. నాకు ఇట్లా కాకుండా గవర్నమెంట్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్, రైట్? దే ఫోకస్ మోర్ ఆన్ దట్ because they become more self conscious and it is very difficult for them to cope up the changes whatever may be happening in the body, whatever may be happening in the mind. And increased strength we find when the child is in adolescence age. That is why we get lot of aggression in the child. Lot of aggression will be there and they are more sensitive to the pain. చిన్న మాటకు తీసుకోలేదు. They become more sensitive to the pain. Easily, anger, irritation we can find in the child. So, and also they are prone to anxiety, they are prone to depression, and they feel very much excited to certain things, right? And when there are certain non-hormonal factors means without recognizing this one, if we go on behaving in a particular manner with the child, there will be more disturbances in the child. It becomes like that. So more patience is required when we are dealing with the child as a parent. More patience is required when we are teaching the child in this age. So please try to be more patient if your child is in adolescence age. And definitely they want to be independent. That is a sense of identity we find. They want more autonomy, right? And when there is authority, more authority means more rebel against the authority, you can say. And instead of parents in this age group, they depend more on their peers. Same age group, 1 or 2 years, but they depend more on the peer group. They value more. That means more than the parents. Okay? And another important thing is whatever may be the peer presence, it acts as a social reward. So they are excited to do something if say a peer group member is observing them. So it is like a social reward and they try to take risk in this age. And they seek thrills. Right? So there is a need to channelize their behavior in this. They are prone to certain risks in this behavior, in this age. Right? And definitely they consider the parents out of date. Again, there was another day in this age group. They don't give them. Because there is a natural tendency in this age group